Thousands of years ago, long before maps were drawn, Afghanistan was part of the ancient Persian Empire. Cities like Balkh, called the Mother of Cities, flourished with trade, culture, and religion. Zoroastrians lit their eternal flames here. Then came Alexander the Great, slicing through the land in 330 BCE, marrying a local woman in Bactria, and leaving behind a mix of Greek and Afghan heritage still echoed in ruins today. In the 7th century, Islam swept across Afghanistan. Over time, the region gave rise to powerful Muslim dynasties like the Ghaznavids and Ghurids, who didn't just rule but exported their culture to India. Mahmud of Ghazni became the first to call himself Sultan, and he made the city of Ghazni a beacon of Islamic art, science, and architecture. Then came the Mongols. In the 13th century, Genghis Khan's armies tore through Afghanistan with unmatched brutality. Cities like Herat were leveled, and rivers were choked with blood. But from that destruction, the land slowly healed, falling under the Timurids, who restored culture and learning, especially in cities like Herat, which became known as a center of poetry and miniature painting. By the 19th century, Afghanistan was caught between two giants, the British Empire from India and the Russian Empire from the north. This was the Great Game. The British tried to invade multiple times but were met with fierce resistance. Afghans, fiercely independent, pushed back. Eventually, Afghanistan remained a buffer state, but not without bloodshed. In 1919, Afghanistan gained full independence from British influence. King Amanullah tried to modernize the country, education for women, new laws, closer ties with Europe, but tradition pushed back. Over the next decades, Afghanistan teetered between reform and conservatism. In 1973, the monarchy was abolished, and a republic was born. It was unstable from the start. In 1979, the Soviet Union invaded. A brutal decade-long war followed. Mujahideen fighters, armed by the U.S., fought back in the mountains. Villages were bombed. Millions fled. Eventually, the Soviets withdrew in 1989. But the war had left the country broken, and the factions that once resisted the Soviets turned on each other. In the 1990s, the Taliban emerged, promising order. They enforced strict Islamic rule and took Kabul in 1996. In 2001, after the 9/11 attacks, the U.S. invaded to remove the Taliban, suspecting they harbored Osama bin Laden. A new Afghan government formed, but the war dragged on for 2 decades. In 2021, after 20 years, the U.S. left. The Taliban returned to power almost overnight. Many Afghans fled, others stayed in fear or hope. The economy collapsed. The future remains uncertain. But the Afghan people, proud, poetic, and fiercely independent, endure.